Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jocelyn. Hi, hello, welcome. If you guys are new here, don't forget to subscribe so you guys can watch more videos like this. So today we're doing a book review, the first book review of 2024. I'm so freaking excited. So the book I'm going to be talking about is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. The book is by Gail Honeyman. If you guys want to know more of what I thought about this book, then keep on watching. So this book was published in 2017. I believe it was 2017. This is the first time I'm ever reading this book, and honestly I did not expect anything that I read. If anything, I did not like it, and honestly I don't know if it was because I was expecting something else that I just did not like this book. Give it a 3 out of 5 stars. Yikes, I know. For my first book of the year I was expecting a little more, but unfortunately that's what we get. So Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine about a woman named Eleanor. She is socially awkward. She has bad social cues. She struggles to communicate with people. She's very blunt, and she just says what she has in mind, like not caring about the aftermath of it. She also is very like has everything scheduled, like if she has OCD. She doesn't, but like scheduling wise she has everything on point. So like Fridays it's pizza and vodka like type of day. But things start changing when she meets this guy who is a new employee at her job. He's an IT guy named Raymond. The reason why she has to like communicate with him is because her computer actually at work doesn't work, and she's an accountant. This place that she's been working at since she was like 21 years old or 20 years old. So she's been there for like a good while. So she meets Raymond. He's very bubbly. Her standards, he's not very hygienic. He's a smoker. He's everything that she's not like okay with. One day after work they start walking the same way, and in the process of that they are stopped at a light, I believe, or I don't even remember what it was, but some older man was crossing the street. His name is Sammy. He falls because he faints, and Eleanor is very like, okay, well, he faint, okay, whatever, I'm going home. Whereas Raymond is like, oh my god, let's help the poor man. She kind of feels like she has to, because she's just like, okay, well, this is probably normal. So she goes and helps pick up his groceries because he was coming out of a grocery store, and Raymond is trying to wake him up. Eleanor calls, I believe, the police or the ambulance, and they come, and so someone has to go with him, and Raymond ends up going with him to the hospital. Raymond gives Eleanor his phone number, and she's just like, what do I do with this? And he's just like, oh, we'll just put it in your cell phone. She's like, I don't have a cell phone. She's not very tech savvy. She has no idea anything about technology. She's very kind of like old school, I guess you could say. Because of Sammy and the situation that happened with him, Eleanor and Raymond actually start going out more often together as friends, and they go to family events from Sammy's side of the family, like his daughter's birthday, I think, or like the son's wedding and stuff like that. And they go together because obviously they're now friends. Eleanor isn't the type to do parties or go out or do anything really. She finds it very like dumb. Is that person who thinks that she's the only smart one and that she's surrounded by idiots, and that whatever she says is the only right answer. And so Eleanor has always lived in isolation. She's always just kept to herself. She's, like I said, doesn't go out, so she stays inside home. And Raymond is kind of changing that. Now there will be spoilers for this. If you guys do not want to hear spoilers, I would say cut it off at that part. I will say I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars. It was okay. It wasn't my favorite. I was hoping more for it just because it does have a psychological genre in there, but it's not a psychological thriller, if that makes sense. It's just a psychological fiction, I guess. It is about to be a movie. I believe Reese Witherspoon is making it into a movie, and I believe she's the one who made, or her production company is the one who did the Crawdads, something like that. I'll put up a picture here somewhere. But that's where I'll leave it at, okay? Because after this is gonna be spoilers. So if you guys don't want spoilers, clock out, girl. Once I get to page 25, which was probably like chapter 2 or 3, I freaking thought she was crazy. Like, honestly, she was fucking crazy to me. I thought she really was. Everything that she would do was like very crazy like, and I really thought, oh my god, this is gonna be a thriller. She's probably gonna kill someone. She's probably gonna kidnap someone. No. No, I was completely off. I'm not a stalker, but basically because she sees this band and she falls in love with the singer, and so she's like, her main goal is to like make him fall in love, and that they're gonna get married and have. She starts forming a plan for them to get together and for her to have her first interaction with him. Throughout this whole story, basically she's just doing things to her, as in like getting herself new hairdo, new clothes, makeup and all that so that she could meet this guy that has no idea who she is or that she even exists. It gets to the point where she even goes to his house to see what kind of lifestyle that he has and where he lives, and the house that he lives in is okay. I at first thought that Eleanor had autism because of certain interactions that she does. Like, she does not like social interactions. She doesn't like people touching her, people messing with her schedule. I honestly believe that she had autism because of those things, but I guess it was just the trauma from her childhood that just made her that way. You guys could correct me if I'm wrong, because honestly I do still think she has autism, but I don't know, right? I don't know anything modern, like anything that has to do with TV, like TV shows, movies, cell phones, like computers. She barely knows how to use it, only because of work, but she doesn't really like know much of the internet, like stuff like that. And in this process of her trying to get this guy to like notice her, she actually goes and buys a computer or a laptop just so that she could stalk him and find everything out about him. So that's the only reason why she starts getting into like modernized like technology. Also, a big issue with her is that she is addicted to alcohol. She's addicted to alcohol, drinking heavily. When she's inside her house, like, she's a completely different person. She's like drinking literally vodka like if it's water, and I'm just like, girl, girl. By the time I got to page 60, which was like maybe chapter 10, I don't even remember, I started having my theories of like what is gonna happen and stuff. Like, for sure at this point I'm like, yeah, she's for sure crazy, hands down, like 100%, this girl's crazy. It reminds me of Sheldon from the Big Bang Theory, hands down. Like, if you were to describe her, she is Sheldon in a female form. Like, it's funny because she always says that people are idiots and that they don't know how to socialize or they have no manners or stuff like that, but it's actually the complete opposite. She's actually the one who doesn't know how to interact with people or have any manners at all. One of my theories was that I at first thought, okay, this book is probably like one of those books where just like you're in this person's dream and at the end it's not even true. So like I was like, maybe she's in a mental hospital and she's saying her story to someone. She's making up a story and like none of it ends up being true. Second theory has to do with like her mom and like what's happening with her, because her childhood trauma is very crazy. She does have half of her body or half of her face burnt because she was in a fire when she was a child, and in that fire her sister and her mom died. Like, everyone died except for her, so she had to make up her mom in her head, which is why you think she's crazy, because throughout the whole book she's like talking to her mom and you're like, is this girl talking to her on the phone? And in reality her mom is actually dead, so she's just making her up in her head, which is why I'm like, this bitch is crazy. Third theory was actually both of them combined, and I was also thinking that, okay, maybe her mom was dead, which she is, and Eleanor was the one who actually like killed them. But see, the reason why that was my theory was because I was going into this book thinking that it was a thriller, and it is not. It's not a thriller, and I don't know why I even thought that it was a thriller. So to me, I think that's why this book disappointed me so much, because I assumed that it was a thriller and it's not. It's just a psychological fiction book. Very heavy topic. Like, honestly, I would say trigger warning because this girl is crazy. Until chapter 8, I think, when I realized that she was in a horrible accident. So yeah, like I mentioned before, I did give this book a 3 out of 5 stars. It wasn't the greatest, enjoyable, it was good. Really hated Eleanor so much, like her thought process and everything, like the way she spoke, the way she was. I was like, how can she be so unhuman like? And I was like, okay, the whole region of her trauma and her life, I'm like, that makes sense, because she really didn't have anyone to raise her or to teach her lifestyle skills or anything like that. So I guess that's why she's the way she is. Does have a little romance at the very end, so I wish there was more to that, but I mean, it makes sense, you know. It wasn't really a romance book. It's for today, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know what you guys thought about this book. If you guys read it, let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.